Notice, and this is a typical copyright. We continue with mathematics syllabus for CSEC 2018 to 2027. The videos, these 1, 2, and 3 sections have been completed and published in their entirety on YouTube, 51 videos. Please make good use of them. Section 4, measurement. All 17 of these videos have been completed and 5 have been published in their entirety. Section 5, statistics. This is now the third of 17 videos, and we are somewhat behind schedule. Section 6, algebra, and then section 7, relations, functions, and graphs. Section 8, geometry and trigonometry. And finally, section 9, vectors and matrices. Hopefully by May 2025, that should be completed. However, there is a disclaimer here. This schedule is just a projection which may or may not be fulfilled. It is not a contract with anyone. Just a reminder that section 1, number theory and computation, there are 33 videos from that section. They are all published on YouTube in their entirety, specifically because this section forms the foundation on which the rest of the syllabus is based. So please make sure you look at those 33 videos and know them well. Reminder also that you need to know the times tables from 2 to 12. If you already know that, fine. If not, you will have to learn them, especially since calculators are not allowed in paper 1. Reminder again that all 12 videos from section 2 have been published on YouTube in their entirety. And from section 3, all 6 videos have been published on YouTube in their entirety. Section 4, measurement. These have been published in their entirety on YouTube, as you could see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 such videos. And the others have been published only partially on YouTube. We are now at section 5, statistics. Before we go on, recall I said in the introductory video that you will need a good math textbook or maybe a set of 2 to get more practice questions. CSEC recommends the following shown at right. These here. From that, pay particular attention to these 2. So from that list, I would recommend a very good 2-volume set of math textbooks that is quite adequate for the current CSEC math exam. This is a picture of volume 1, Mathematics, a complete course with CXC questions by Raymond Tusi. And this is a picture of volume 2. Please note this disclaimer: I get no financial or other benefits from the sale of these books. Also, very recently, a website with AI interactivity has been made available free of cost that deals with past CSEC math questions only from paper 2. You can navigate by topics or years, where all questions for the past several years from paper 2 have been worked out for you. If you still have a question that you need explained, you can ask AI assistant either by text or voice, and most likely that will be explained. This is the URL for that website. And on the next slide, I will show you the home page of this RSC website. This that you see here, this is the home page. You will have to register first, and subsequent to that, sign in. Here is the URL again. That URL will be in the description of this video below, so that you can just click on it and get to this site. Reminder that CSEC will provide a formula sheet for your examinations. This over here is what the formula sheet looks like. You cannot see it clearly. There will be a link in the description below from where you can download this formula sheet. But of course, if you have the syllabus, this page is from the syllabus, page 9. So you could see what that is about. This is the first half of that page. And then this is the below half of that page. So now you could see clearly what the formulae are. We are at section 5, statistics. We have a print screen from the syllabus of the first 5 objectives, and then another print screen of the next 5 objectives, and finally the last 4 objectives in this section. So this section has 14 objectives, and I have divided those 14 objectives into 17 videos. We have looked at those 2 already. We are now here, objective 3 in section 5. So we are here. That one has been published in its entirety. That is this video here. This second one here, only partially published. And once I finish this third video, this will also be only partially published. Note carefully that this section, which is section 5, is of particular interest, as you will have to make use of many of these concepts for your SBAs. Whether that SBA is mathematics, physics, chemistry, principles of business, accounts, whatever. You will have to collect data. You will have to analyze that data, often by using a graph, sometimes a line graph, but other types of graphs, and then interpret and extracting information from that graph, often making projections. So it is crucial that you understand this section on statistics very well. As I said, we are here, objective 3, determine class features for a given set of data. The class features explained here are class interval, class boundaries, class limits, class midpoint, and class width. So these are the concepts that we will now be looking at in this video, not in that order. By the time we are finished, we would have covered all 5 of them. Recall what we have here. This is example 2 from the last video based on objective 5.2. We said that if we have too many variables, we will group them in some logical order. At this point, we have 101 variables from 0 to 100. Now, obviously, we cannot deal with each one separately. So to make it more understandable, we will group them. And each group is called a class. Each group is called a class. So 0 to 9, that will be one class. 10 to 19, that will be another class, and so on. The first thing about grouping is you have to group them in equal amounts. Either groups of 5 or groups of 10 or groups of 20, 25, 50, 100, 1,000, depending on how large. But each group must have equal number of variables. Secondly, part 2a, you will choose a group size so that you will not get too many groups. For example, if we were dealing with these numbers and we choose 5 as a group size, if we divide about 100 into 5, we will get 20 classes. 2 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, and so on. Now that seems to be too many classes, 20. Conversely, dealing with these same marks here, if you choose a group size of 25, then 100 divided by 25, you will get 4, 0 to 24, 25 to 49, and so on, if you choose 25. And worse yet, if you choose a group size of 50, you will only get 2 classes, 0 to 49 and 50 to 100. So we will aim for about 6 to 10 classes. That's a rule of thumb. Maybe 5, maybe 11, somewhere from 6 to 10. That's a rule of thumb. As I said, we continue here. 5.3, determine class features. And these are the features we have to determine. What is a class interval? We will start there. A class interval, any non-overlapping intervals which together contain every piece of data in the survey. Quote, class interval is often referred to as class size. Definition from your syllabus, class interval, we've seen this before, non-overlapping intervals which together contain every piece of data in the survey, and that is taken from page 59 of your current CSEC math syllabus. Class interval, we will look at some information and data we already used to build on what we previously did. Class interval, we already defined that. And we said that is often referred to as class size. So this part of the objective can be interpreted in 2 ways. 1, given the data, determine the class interval and therefore the class size. Or 2, given the set of data in a frequency table, deduce the class interval. So we will look at these in that order. Given the data, determine the class interval or size. We already touched on this. We will limit the number of classes to about 6 to 10. So if you are dealing with the ages of the general population of a certain country, where the oldest person is 108, then we can easily choose a class interval of 10 years. So from 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, and so on. And in this case, we will get 11 classes. Remember, I said for about 6 to 10. 11 will work fine. 6 to 10, 7 to 10, thereabout. Now, another example for the first interpretation. Say you are dealing with the height of students in XYZ school, and the said heights ranging from 150 centimeters to 185 centimeters. So what you will do, you will find a difference from 185 to 150 and you get 35 centimeters. Now if you divide that by 7, that will give you 7 classes. You will get a class size of 5 centimeters. That will work fine. You must divide by a factor of 35. So you will get a whole number class size. Now, if you find this video useful and interesting, please like and share. Like and share. You may also consider subscribing to this channel. Secondly, the second interpretation, given the set of data in a frequency table, deduce the class size. We have seen this before. What is the class interval, class size? Consider this here, from 0 to 9. The first class interval is 0 to 9 years, as you could see, 0 to 9. The second class interval is 10 to 19, and it's clearly shown here on the left. Third class interval, 20 to 29, and so on until you reach down here. The 10th class interval is 90 to 99, and then the 11th class interval is 100 to 109 years. Or you could say that the size of the class interval is 9 years. From 19 to 10 is 9, 49 to 40 is 9. So it really is the upper limit minus the lower limit. Now, this is called inclusive class interval. The upper class limit of one class does not get repeated in the lower class limit of the succeeding class. For example, this 19 here is the upper class limit. This 20 here is the lower class limit of the succeeding one. Notice that 19 is up there and 20 is down here. 19 does not get repeated down here, nor does 20 gets repeated up there. So this is called inclusive class interval.